awesome!
Call of Cthulhu, a fantasy role-playing game in the world of H.P. Lovecraft. This is the Call of Cthulhu that I got from Kickstarter. The link is that just there. I believe it's a remake of an old school one. It is heavy as hell, I can tell you that much. It's very impressive. This is the complete fantasy role-playing game ready for use. So that's the side of it. It's a very sort of 80s white box board game kind of thing. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. What's in the box? An explanation of parts. So if you want to read that, you can attempt to pause it and read the gigantic pile of text. It's pretty much just telling you the equivalent of what's in the box compared to the old OG version. The character sheet provided will get your investigators started. Permission is granted to photocopy these sheets as needed for personal use. They may not be reproduced for sale. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 Call of Cthulhu investigator sheets. Then we have the Call of Cthulhu Classic Edition with some ghetto art that is pants. It tells you how the investigators interact with horrors. The Cthulhu mythos is expressed, written for people without great experience in role-playing. This book explains all the investigators' characteristics, including sanity and consequences for sin, losses, requirements when blah 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 blah. So I think this is the creating an investigator. Shows you a sort of filled out character sheet with a little drawing there. Game system skills. It's very old school. Not many pictures, and when they are, they're black and white ink. Oh, that's awesome. Very awesome. Mythos. There's some monsters that we can destroy. Serpent people, Tsathogghua, Subnigraths, all the. If you've played any of the Fantasy Flight stuff, like Arkham Horror and all that kind of stuff, you will know all of these monsters probably. Magic and spells. Some different locations beneath the house. Appendices. Elder sign. Some different stuff. And a very nice table of contents on the back page. Alright, we've also got a source book for the 1920s. This provides much of the campaign material that the Grand Master called in the Cthulhu Riser a keeper needs for extended role-playing in the 1920s. Though the rules are not time-specific, this book contains prices, distances, travel times, historical background, plans, a system for generating prior experience, an expanded weapon list, additional monsters, archaeological dig site plans, and more. Some naval skills, previous experience, some maps, railway coaches, travel speeds, etc., etc. Then we get a campaign, Shadow of Yog-Sothoth, the global campaign to save mankind. The Silver Twilight is an international organization dedicated to the destruction of the human race. As brave investigators, you must piece together passages from historic books, shards of ancient artifacts, puzzling letters to discover the Silver Twilight's loathsome goals. This multi-chapter adventure begins in Boston and spans the globe. Investigators must survive and conquer the mind-shattering monsters and minions of the Cthulhu mythos. Come journey through awesome realms of reality to match your wits and sanity against diabolical lurkers in the shadow of Yog-Sothoth. So, yeah, not very interesting on the inside. It's black and white and all that fun stuff. But it is. What do we got? 70 pages. Got that one. The Asylum and Other Tales. In every Call of Cthulhu campaign, certain situations arise regularly. This book takes 7 of those situations, turns them into horrific adventures. Each story is meant to be used freely by the keeper when he or she needs a quick plot for an impromptu game or as a filler in a large campaign. So that's pretty much your 7 sort of one-offs that you can chuck in and use, or you can just do them by themselves. The Madman. Yokshin the Madman, Black Devil Mountain, the Asylum, the Manturnia, Gate from the Past, Worcestershire House, Ghastly Adventures, and Erudite Lore. In Cthulhu Companion, this is a collection of new Cthulhu mythos lore scenarios and rules additional to the game. For this volume, the investigators gain 2 new skills and the chance to encounter prehistoric monsters, find a missing uncle, stop cattle mutilations, and solve a kidnapping. The Grim Prison of 4 contents plus new Cthulhu mythos, deities, races, and monsters help the keeper propel the investigators' madness. Playing characters will reel from new phobias and secret guides. That's a nice art. So you got some new locations you can go to. Monsters, some new stuff. The Trial of Tsathogghua. Oh god, I don't know. They've all got stupid names. Curse awaits the unwelcome investigators of the occult and unknown. What grim secrets lurk on the sterile Greenland ice cap? What living horrors grow behind the Bigfoot legend? Trail of contains a mini campaign in 2 scenarios, as well as a 3rd unconnected scenario, the Haunted House. This scenario pack is suitable for beginners, keepers, and investigators. So, as well as an introduction for the game, it exposes new players to both the Cthulhu mythos and the occult. This is kind of the starter one. Bigfoot action there. He done got fucked up. Very nice. Fragments of Fear, the 2nd Cthulhu Companion. Get a lot in this box. What do we got here? Call for questions answered. Cthulhu working from the notes and talking about so you have a new scenario in there, some centerfolds, new deities, another scenario, Hidden Valley, and more. So you got a couple of scenarios in there you can do, some new deities, all that kind of stuff. Then we have a big, which I'm not going to be able to fit on camera. A giant ass world map. Got a key down here and everything. That on the back of it, you got a giant street map of Arkham. Then we have a size comparison chart. All silhouettes are to scale 1 inch equals 11 feet. Size of all the different monsters and deities and whatnots. Pretty cool. We get some sparkly Galaxy dice. Nice shiny galaxiness. You get 3d6 and one of everything else. We've got Call of Cthulhu, Keeper's Screen. So this is a DM screen, Keeper screen, whatever it's called. So you get like ranged weapons and stuff on that side. Melee weapons, damage bonuses, monster table, spell list, sanity results, visitational disasters, typical sand loss, Cthulhu mythos, and books of mythos. And just some blackness back there. Character figures. It's like a non-glossy photo paper, I would say, about the equivalent of this cardstock. Maybe like really dodgy TCG cards. But you get some nice figures and so you can fold them. So you got those guys and these guys. And then it's just a whole plethora of handouts, which I'm not going to show you too in depth because, you know, you may want to see them while you're playing. But yeah, it's a lot of pages of handouts. Well, that's everything you get in the Call of Cthulhu starter box. There is a lot in there. I don't know if you get all this normally, but this is what I got for the Kickstarter. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.
Cheers.